NFL, week 14. Let's talk about it. But first, let's do a rapid fire recap of week 13 to set us up.
Man, that Seattle offense is clutch. Three straight games of scoring on the last drive of the game. They're getting the job done. And even without Kenneth Walker running well,
That was weird that they didn't give him more looks, I thought. But
he's running scared if you watch him. He's like thinking behind the line.
yeah, they're rolling. They're going into Arizona this week. Little rematch. They beat down Arizona, didn't they?
They beat him. I wouldn't really say it was a beatdown. I think it was like
They beat him by
20.
10.
Yeah. They win this game. I think that's the division.
Based on week 13 and a bunch of the previous weeks, I think you got to take Justin Tucker out behind the shed and give him the old Yeller treatment. He's done, completely cooked. And if he wasn't greatest kicker of all time, Justin Tucker, he would have been cut weeks ago. He missed 3 field goals for the first time in his career. He's got permanent yips, I'd even say.
They got to take him and Rodgers and ship them on one plane, going one way, and that's it.
With Deontay also.
Yeah,
With
that's a
who?
little crazy. Deontay.
Yeah, suspended after 39 snaps played for Baltimore.
What a
What do you get
loser.
I
suspended
mean, yeah,
for?
when you refuse to go in the game, I mean, why'd you want to get traded if you're gonna refuse to go in when they ask you?
Yeah, it's like, hey, brother, that's your job.
The Ravens are a mess. Deontay Johnson's making $18 million this year, and he's refusing to go play.
For a top three team in the NFL and top three offense.
Maybe their biggest game of the year.
A game which, may I add, Justin Tucker drills his kicks, they win. Come playoff time, you're not trotting Tucker out. You're afraid. You're not looking at the screen when he's kicking.
I feel like this week was pretty crazy. Like you don't know what to expect in the NFL. The Bengals, if I were to say the Bengals scored that many points and still lost, you would be like, no way.
That was an awesome game. I mean, I think it's even crazier that the Steelers put up that many points. And that Bengals defense is bad, but still.
Yeah, it was the highest scoring NFL game all year. Pittsburgh was the team with more points than that.
Just the fact that
How
they're involved. Oh, yeah, we got something in the bottom right.
Who's that guy?
Can't talk, but I'm just a mustache. But this isn't the whole thing isn't a mustache. You see, it's a croissant with a mustache,
Nice.
just to be clear.
A Frenchman.
That looks like an awesome pillow. Yeah, this is just two teams I'm all in on. The Green Bay Packers and the Pittsburgh Steelers. All in on the Pittsburgh Steelers, that's a bit to say. I still think there's a lot of pieces that are like questionable, locker room problems. I mean, you're never gonna correct George Pickens, just how he's gonna be everywhere he goes. Yeah, that Packers team, man. I think they're the second best team in the NFC, and I think they're the second best team in the NFL. Packers Lions. I mean, what a game this week. That's electric.
You know what? I think come playoffs, the Packers are the one team, if I'm the Lions, I don't want because the
Yeah.
Packers could beat them.
That's like, everyone just keeps talking about the Lions, the Lions, the Lions. Yeah, they're good. They're the juggernauts. We get it. But like, they're gonna fall. I'm telling you. Like, I could just see them being like a first round exit for some reason, like in the playoffs.
Or the bye. Like
Well,
first
I mean, yeah,
game,
they're probably gonna get by. Yeah. But
I could see that too, and I don't like it, and I don't know why. But
yeah, and
I
like, it
mean,
doesn't make sense either in my head. But like I said, for some reason, I don't see the Packers doing that. All in on them, man. Watch out for them Steelers. They start freaking putting up points. Ooh.
did the Lions' downfall already start with Jahmyr Gibbs savogating their entire playbook?
that definitely could be like the first pebble of a mudslide.
Very small pebble.
You got to do for the Lions, give it to Monty. You're getting three out the gut every time.
They fake leaked that playbook in the biggest game of the year. They're 2 steps ahead.
That could be the angle they're taking. Is Dan Campbell that much of a madman?
I
Maybe.
mean,
They shouldn't be looking at them. Those are the
Yeah.
plays before we change them.
You're gonna look at the Browns game, and you're gonna see that Jameis Winston threw a couple ugly pick sixes. But man, this guy might be the best quarterback in the NFL. And
gosh, man.
if he could be delivered from the pick sixes, he'd be
You're
top tier.
saying that plural. Like, that's terrible.
Yeah,
Listen,
his pick
I mean,
sixes.
these things
The
happen.
guy's only 30. He's a franchise guy.
I would let Jameis ride, I think, and actually give
Totally.
him a shot because he has led some very high-powered offenses in the past.
The guys
And-
love him too.
He threw a lot of touchdowns for Denver.
I'd go as far as saying Jameis Winston will never win another playoff game.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I don't think he will.
Might
either,
never
but
make one.
He just threw for 500 yards against the best defense in the NFL, arguably.
They play
Yeah.
the Steelers this week?
Top
Yeah,
two
but he beat the
defense in
Steelers.
football.
So
Oh, he beat
Let's
the
see what
Steelers.
happens with good weather.
He
He beat us.
did.
Just,
Oh.
just wait. Yes.
Do they play again this week?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it's back
Uh,
this week.
like, do you
That's
ever
a
see?
slaughter.
You
That's a
think?
That's a
slaughter.
slaughter fest.
Oh my
I can't
God.
wait. In Pittsburgh, they already beat them once, coming off a 44
Oh,
point game
Steelers by 30.
by 1,000,000.
Jameis Winston, though, is a gigantic locker room guy. Like, the guys love Jameis Winston. Let him take the helm. I'll take it a step further. Let him coach a squad. You know how many people would ride into battle for him? A lot. I mean, he is
I would
young.
love that.
He's very young. Probably not coach material yet, but
Jameis Winston to the Rams would be a hit in the
The
future.
fact we're
To the
talking about him
Rams?
being a coach.
I saw
Jameis
that. I saw
Winston
that
to be
online.
a coach.
someone's
Can you imagine Jameis Winston on Mike Tomlin's staff coaching?
Steelers.
By the way
I
they
think Mike
talk, by
Tomlin
the way
would
they
hate
speak.
Jameis
Yeah,
Winston.
Mike Tomlin would hate Jameis. He threw for the most yards in a game ever, including interception return yards. He broke Vinny Testaverde's record by 4 yards.
Oh my
He threw for,
goodness.
if you
Legend.
include his interception return numbers, I think he was like 644 passing yards.
What do you even call that stat, bro? Like that's like the most stupidest thing I've
Dumbest
ever
shit
heard.
ever.
Do you guys not like Jameis Winston, Savo and Lou?
I'm not a hater.
I'm not a hater.
I
I'm not a
just
hater. I just think he throws like I don't know, like all the good stuff he does, it just gets shadowed by like throwing picks, you know?
he's just Jameis
I know that
Winston,
that
bro.
Browns win is gonna come back to bite him when the Ravens take him down later in the season for the division. That's why.
You want to
No,
split.
I just think Jameis is like an attention seeker. I don't know.
No, he's the furthest thing from.
He's like, I'm gonna eat a W. Like, what are you doing?
All right.
Or here's my headline. Eberflus takes the fall for what wasn't his fault.
Wow.
That was all on Caleb. The boss of the Windy City terrible coach, but the play he got fired for, not his fault.
I agree completely. He's like giving hot routes at the line. Snap the
Yeah.
ball, brother.
And
Yeah,
the routes he sent out were terrible. So whatever he tried switching to, you were better off leaving it at what it was at.
You just need a fall guy, and that's what he was, you know.
Now we're going to move into a segment that we like to call Die on a Hill. It's the hottest take, and we're going to battle it out.
Trevor Lawrence was to blame for his injury.
We're not even debating that. I can't
Listen,
debate.
I don't know if you
And
want
then-
that out, man.
and then how quarterbacks, well, two-part to this, how how coaches don't protect their quarterbacks anymore since there's so many designed runs, and how the offense should be, or the quarterback should be penalized for a late slide. The defense is playing aggressive, trying to make that play. So you're trying to take every inch, and then they get hurt for when they're making their play in mid-play.
Chirk, I could get behind you there.
I think
guys-
for sake of like,
For the sake of being a good human.
Yeah.
I agree.
For
like
the sake of being politically correct,
yeah,
I mean-
I'm sorry, man. I think here I'm gonna have to back Trevor.
It's a designed run. He's going down at the sticks.
He
Listen, I
he
could
started his
see both
slide
sides.
3 yards away from Aziz Al-Shaair.
And what's
And just
Alshire
because he-
supposed to do? Like,
That
he's
guy almost
playing
got
the
his fucking
stick.
Is he gonna dive and turn away last second and risk tearing an ACL too?
I'm not saying that slide wasn't late because it definitely was, but still. I mean, the thing is, it's a bang bang play.
Something I will add is, isn't this like the third time that Alshire has laid like a dirty hit this
He's
year?
Yeah,
done
I mean,
it all
Al-Shaair is a dirty player.
Would it change your opinion, Matt, if this was like Josh Allen? You know what I mean? Because like them guys run, they do the same thing. You know what I mean? More than Trevor Lawrence. He just happened to get laid out.
I
Yeah.
just went back and watched the video. He's only like 2 yards away and he doesn't even hit him with his head. Like it's a shoulder to head hit. Like it's actually not dirty. I think it was just an unfortunate play.
Yeah,
I got
and
a
he just-
take. Blame Patrick Mahomes. Anti Chris Collinsworth. But the way he does that stupid little like slow down and waddle, and he looks like he's going to go out of bounds, but he gets like 12 more yards. He's probably thinking, oh, he's just going to slow up. He's right at the first. I have to hit him. But no, he slid and he knocked his lights out.
Mahomes is gonna get rocked this year.
What about Josh Allen? He runs a lot too, though.
Yeah, but he
Yeah,
he initiates
Yeah,
contact.
he
Yeah,
initiates
you're right.
it.
Yeah.
How about this? It could happen this week. Derwin James. Bang.
Oh my God. Imagine Derwin James laid out Mahomes. Like,
I could see
On Sunday
like
Night
I could see
Football.
Cam Hayward like laying out Mahomes on Christmas and like hurting him. I could see it. I don't want to put it into the universe, but I can see him getting laid out by Cam Hayward, like his body weight just falling on top of him and just like
but yeah, that was our die on a hill. What do you think? Comment below. Was it Trevor Lawrence's fault or was it Alshire's fault? Now we're going to move into our community hotline, which is your guys' hot takes. Let's see how they aged. Nick Rinaldi said, Bears win. Oh boy. One defensive touchdown in the 4 games before Sunday. That cashed. overshown at a pick six. Tyreek has a game this week with at least a touchdown and 100 plus.
Yeah, for
83.
Yeah, I mean, I like where your head's at. Thomas Robinson -C8J said, great content as always, a bit off topic, but I wanted to ask. I have a SafePal wallet with USDT, and I have the seed phrase, alarm fetch, churn bridge, exercise tape speak, race clerk, couch creator letter. Could you explain how to move them to Binance? Thanks for your hot takes, guys. Leave your hottest take below, and it will be in next week's video. But we're going to move into our game picks, starting with our lock of the week.
I'm going to double dip here. The Eagles against the Panthers is kind of too free. The Trevor Lawrence-less Jags, they're going down to the Titans. I can't see Mac Jones leading that pitiful roster to a win.
It's weird, though. They kind of looked better with Mac Jones. Like, they almost beat Houston.
Yeah, but Houston's not playing great either.
I mean, yeah, it is Mac Jones and Parker Washington against the world, which is not a recipe for success.
Parker Washington.
My lock of the week. Yeah, shout out Penn State for making the Big Ten Conference Championship.
Shout out.
My lock this week is the Bills over the Rams in a game that people are going to want to be close, but it's not going to be.
My lock of the week is I'm going to play it safe and go with Philadelphia.
Screw Jameis Winston. My lock of the week is the Pittsburgh Steelers. They're 9-3. They already lost them once.
All right, put myself in position to be a mustache. Going 2 upsets. One of them's a lock, though. Give me the Browns over the Steelers. Lock.
That's a lock.
Derek, put money on it.
I probably will.
$20.
I'm going to take the Bengals finally winning a game against Dallas after picking them last week. I don't think the Cowboys are ready for a shootout without Dak.
Yeah, I think it's back to the tank. Brian went 4-0 last week. Lewis went 4-0 last week. Savo went 4-0 last week. And Derek went 4-0 last week. And we roll the Rizzler around here. Yeah! Nobody went 0-4. No mustaches of the week. But we're going to roll in to our upsets.
I don't understand how this team is a dog this week. They're a dog by 2.5. But Marvin Harrison hasn't done squat this year. Give me the Hawks.
My upset this week, we're going to the division, interdivisional game. I like the Chargers over the Chiefs. Don't let it slip by because the Chiefs got 2 wins. How bad they've been playing. It took a game-winning field goal to beat the Panthers, and it took a bogus flag call to beat the Raiders.
My upset of the week, I'm taking the Packers over the Lions. It's a division game, and you never know. I feel like this is where the Lions are going to come back down to earth.
I like all 3, man. I really do. Like, all 3 of them were great. Give me the Seahawks. Yeah, I think the Seahawks are going to win that game. I think that spread is terrible. They already beat them once. Came off a good game last week.
Going against you here, Bri. Give me my Cowboys.
I knew you were going to take them right when I picked them. You have to defend your turf.
I think they're back on the train a little bit here. I think Burrow's going to have a long night with that Cowboy pass rush.
If Diggs and Bland both play, that will be a fun game.
Both teams are in just weird positions. Like
they are.
So like they're close to being in the hunt, not really very close to being completely out and just tank either. Like, I mean, whatever team loses, I think is completely done.
Yeah, a season ends this week with the new coach. I don't even know who it is. Give me the Bears over the Niners.
Whoa.
Let's go.
Third string running back.
New coach. Who cares?
I like it.
Even is their coach
Oh,
now.
well.
You know who else likes it? Vegas, because it's a close line.
I mean, the Bears almost beat the Lions. The Niners just lost.
Yeah, like their whole Niners defense is like Bosa might miss due to personal matters I'm seeing. So you might want to get in on the Bears soon.
Click here to see our last video and click here to subscribe.